Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Brian, and it has been so long since I've made one of these videos. I want to apologize for that. It's been months since I've even made really a talking video. I've just been busy. I'm an accountant, tax season, and I'm studying for my CPA test, so I'm either working or studying. So it's been kind of hard to get something out there, but now I finally can. I'm slowing down a little bit. I have a little more time, so apologies for that, but let's get right into everything. I think my last update video, I had something around 8,000 miles, maybe 7,000, something around there. And now I'm at 10,675 right now. It's a lot of miles, especially I've only had this car maybe 8-9 months, I believe, something like that. So I've put on a good amount of miles, and I'm thinking I might do some kind of 10,000 mile update video, just going over everything I do like about the car, don't like about the car, because 10,000 miles is a good amount of time to really feel out everything about a car. I can finally have, I guess, really good objective opinions about it, instead of just being original 1,000 miles and talking about everything you like because it's still the honeymoon phase of it. But besides that, let's get into some other updates I want to talk about this car. So the first thing that I need to talk about are my headlights, more specifically my LED bulbs, headlight bulbs, not the headlight housing or anything. The reason I need to talk about this is because I had problems with them, and on YouTube I kind of mentioned that in a comment I made on my video install, or my video talking about them right here, just so that people kind of knew that they weren't really working well. And I ended up getting some messages on YouTube because people were gonna buy them for their WRX, talking about it. And I also read in forums problems with these bulbs too, like a local forum, and I think I read about it on Naziak as well. So I bought these bulbs back in July, made the video. Great bulbs, because the stock ones, because I have the premium, are halogens, and they're kind of orange. They don't put off much light, and they're pretty ugly, so I didn't want those. I wanted to replace them right away. So I got LED bulbs that were fantastic. I installed them. I loved them. They looked great. They were really bright, and didn't have problems with them for a while. My first problem happened in October of 2014, which was actually before my last update video, but I didn't want to talk about it in that video in case it was just some kind of fluke. It was just something that happened randomly. I don't want to give the product a bad name or anything. But I ended up having more problems, which is why I'm talking about it now. So back in October, I was driving, and I noticed like a little flicker, just a really quick flicker from my left headlight. So I was like, okay, whatever, didn't really think much of it. But as each day went on, it got worse and worse and was flickering all the time, to the point where it actually went out. The flicker, it was flickering and out. The bulb was done, it went completely out. And I contacted SubiSpeed, where I purchased them, and they were fantastic. Right away, I mean, in like 3 days, they even asked questions. They're like, oh, sorry, we'll send out a new one, free, no problem. Within 3-4 days, got a new one, ripped out that one, put in the new one. This was about November when I put the new one in. And then drove around November, December, fine, no problems, very happy. Well, in January, it happened again with the right one now. Same exact thing, noticed some flicker, and I instantly emailed SubiSpeed, said, happened again, this is getting pretty frustrating. Emailed me back right away, and they're like, sorry about this, what do you want to do? Do you want these LEDs again? We're not sure what's going to happen. I'm not sure what's going to happen with these LEDs. It's going to happen again every 3 months. I need replacements or something. Or you just want to go with an HID headlight. And they had a new HID that came out. It had the same lumen output, the same like light output as the LEDs, which is what I wanted. It was like 3,100 lumens, 3,200 lumens. And the same color temperature, which was, I think, around 5,000 Kelvin, which is white, because I wanted a white bulb. I don't want blue, and I don't want anything orange. I wanted just pure white. So talked with them. I originally didn't want HIDs, because I know they don't have as long of a life. I know sometimes they take a little bit to warm up, but these are fine. So I ended up going with them. And they're fantastic, they're fine, and it was free. SubiSpeed said no problems. They were fantastic about this whole process. Sent me out a free one and actually reimbursed me money, because the HIDs were like 20 bucks cheaper, so they gave me 20 bucks back and everything. So all I have to say about all this whole experience is the product itself is not good. I can't say anything good about it. Except that they did look good when they worked, I guess, but that was it. They didn't work long, they started flickering. So the LED, it was like the OLM Plus or something like that. I can't recommend this product. I don't think it's a good product. However, I can't rip SubiSpeed for it. SubiSpeed was fantastic. They instantly send me out all these things, respond to my emails. It was instant. I would email them at 10 at night, and 20 minutes later, they email me back. So I cannot say anything about Through Speed. I can't say don't buy products from them. Because if a product does fail from them, they will probably do something for you. So I would say it's probably still a decent choice to buy stuff from them, but be cautious of what you're buying. And I cannot recommend these just for that reason, because 2 of them failed. So I wanted to just get that out of the way, because I was talking about it in comments. People were asking me about it online. So let's get that out of the way for now. So the next thing I want to talk about with you guys is the tires, because I think in my last update video I had my summer tires in the back of my car that you can see in the video, and that was because I just took my summers off, put the winters on. Well, last week got really warm where I am. It's probably 55 right now, but it was 70 a couple times this past week. I put my summers back on. So I just want to kind of talk about how the winters were. It was my first time ever driving with winter tires. All my other cars I've ever owned had all seasons. So this is my first time driving with summers or winters. The winters were fantastic. I live on my apartment is on an extremely steep hill. I mean, very steep. So I park on that street, and there were probably 4 or 5 days I lived in Cincinnati where we had around a foot of snow unplowed right there. Had the winters on, no problem. All-wheel drive, it just didn't even slip. Right up the hill through like that foot of snow. And there were plenty of problems on that hill I live on. I helped a Corolla and a Civic push them, get them going, because they kept sliding down that hill. There's a couple different days that happened. So they were fantastic. I think I'll put a picture right here of different treads I've used before in a different video. So this is the different treads between the two. My winters are a Dunlop like Winter Sport 3D, and they're a performance winter tire, which I wanted to get because living in Cincinnati, the winters aren't that bad here. And performance winters, they have, I think, a little stiffer rubber, which you want soft rubber the winters because they're cold and you want to get better grip, but it's a little bit stiffer than normal winters. And I think they also they wear it on less, they have less tread wear, and that is because I think they're a little stiffer like that. So I want to get one of those, and they're supposed to help with, you know, feel a little sporty in the winter. They didn't, but I'm sure they're a little sportier than normal winter tires. So I did that, had no problems, especially with all-wheel drive. It was absolutely fantastic, so I can definitely recommend those. I never had any slipping problems going up those big hills in the snow. And now I put the summers back on. And it's funny how much of a difference you notice, because in the winters, it never felt like the car put down power well. Just because I guess, you know, there's tons of tread, it doesn't really claw at the road well, especially the all-wheel drive. But then you put the summers back on and you really feel how much they kind of put the power down better. And the other thing you really notice is how smooth they are, because winters have so much tread, you can almost feel like the ride a little bit rougher than normal. And driving down a nice pavement road, these feel a lot more smooth. And the third thing I noticed with these is that how much less noise summer tires make. I mean, this car already doesn't have that good of road noise. I've called people on the Bluetooth phone in this car, and they always say they can't really hear me because of all the road noise. But these summer tires are actually a lot quieter than winter tires, which I already knew going into it. But it's surprising how much you can hear the difference when you drive to get your tires changed in winters, and then you drive home in summers, and how much less road noise these have. But the experience was great. The Dunlops were fantastic. Now I have the stock summer Dunlops on right now, and these are great. I think they're fantastic tires. And that kind of transitions me into the final thing I want to talk about today, which is upgrades or modifications. And I've been going back and forth all winter about what I want to do with my car this summer, because I want to do something to it. And it doesn't necessarily have to be performance-oriented, where I actually get more power, get more grip, anything like that. But I just want to do something to my car this summer. So I was debating between, I want 18-inch wheels on this car. I think 17 is a little small. And the current car is 17 by 8s. So they're wide, but they're not crazy wide. And I want to get something like probably an 18 by 9, at least an 18 by 8.5 wide tire. So I want something that I can put a little more rubber on. So I was thinking about that, but it's such an expensive upgrade at this point, where the wheels alone will probably cost me $1,000 or so, and then tires as well might be close to $1,000. I mean, it's probably going to be a $2,000 upgrade. And the summers I have right now, you know, are still great. They have almost no tread worn. They don't have many miles on them, and I have the winters as well. But my ultimate, so I don't think I'm going to do anything with my tires right now, but my ultimate goal is to have a set of 18s with some nice rubber on them, and those will be my summer only tires, and then keep the stock 17s and have my tires that fit my 17s, the ones I have now, and those will be my winter tires. And then when I have those sets, I don't gotta take tires off of rims. I can just do it myself, jack up the car, and put everything I need on. So that's my goal with that, but it's not gonna happen this summer. I really don't think I'm gonna do that. What I do wanna do is I want an exhaust. I'm pretty sure. Every once in a while, I feel like I don't need it because this car does have a pretty good exhaust. It's pretty loud as is, and I just want to, but most of the time, I want to upgrade it. So I think I'm gonna get a new exhaust. I've been looking around, and I'm not gonna do, it's not gonna be performance oriented, as in, it's not gonna be a turbo back, it's not gonna have a downpipe, because those usually you need a tune, and you're gonna up performance, and I'm fine with the performance of this car right now. I just want it a little bit louder, I believe, and a good sound. So I've been looking. I'm gonna do a catback, and I've looked at Perrin, I've looked at the Cobb, I've looked at NVIDIA. The Cobb and the Perrin sound good, but I'm not extremely excited about the sound. I don't think it's the best sounding exhaust. The NVIDIA, I like the sound, but it's very quiet. It's all I've heard from people, especially reading in forums, that it's pretty darn close to how loud the stock exhaust is. And I want something a little louder. I don't want it to be so loud that it wakes up everybody and sounds stupid, but I do want something louder. So when I was looking at exhausts, I actually like the Subi Speed one the best, which is, you know, I didn't even know they really made products, but I'm sure they don't make this. They, you know, still buy it probably somehow from someone. But you think of them more as a third-party retailer, and you've never heard of a WRX with a Subi Speed exhaust on it. But it actually sounds very good. They did a couple of videos, which I'll link below. One kind of showing the sound, and one showing that it doesn't really drone or anything either. So it's kind of what you want. It's louder, it sounds good, but it doesn't drone when you're driving normally. So that's like my front runner right now. But I still don't know everything that's out there. So if you guys know of exhausts, other exhausts I should look at, please like link them below or in the comments, because I'm still pretty torn on what I want. But I want to do, like 99% sure I want to do an exhaust this summer. So if you guys could like link stuff below, whatever you know, think sounds pretty good, or anything I should do, but it's got to be a catback. I'm not going to do turbo back, downpipe, any of that stuff. So link that stuff below, let me know. I think that's like everything for this week, or this week. I haven't done an update in who knows how long, but after this update, I'm going to try to get some more stuff out as it gets warmer. There's going to be more car meets. I'm going to be meeting with some people from, I think, local forums, and you know, I'll just have more time as well once tax season ends. So stay tuned, you know, subscribe. I'm gonna try to put some more stuff out this summer. Go on some drives, do some videos, you know, my exhaust, any other upgrades I do. I'm probably gonna do tint as well. Forgot to mention that. I'll do some kind of tint. I don't know how dark I wanna go. Probably I'll go as dark as 15%, as bright as like 35. I don't know yet, I'll look at stuff. But I'll probably do tint this summer as well. So stay tuned for all of that. Thanks for watching. There'll be more stuff out, I promise. Might take a little bit, but there'll be more out. I really appreciate you guys. I love doing this stuff, and I love the fact that you guys watch. So link exhaust below that I should look at. Any other maybe small modifications you can link below too. And I'll look at those, and stay tuned for stuff this summer. I'll talk to you guys next one. See ya.